Ever feel like your paycheck evaporates faster than free donuts in an office break room? If you're living with debt constantly lurking in the background, showing up in your grocery bill, haunting your Amazon cart, and gate crashing your weekend plans, you're not alone. But here's the twist. Inside your daily spending habits are silent savings opportunities that could help you knock out thousands in debt every single year. In a previous video I did about getting out of debt fast, I said step number 4, cutting the non-essentials, was the hardest. But today, I'm about to prove it's also the most powerful. Let me show you exactly where to cut, how much you can save, and how it could give you the fastest debt payoff momentum you've ever had. And make sure you stick around to the end. I'll show you how all those little savings add up to a very big win. Let's start with the daily ritual that might be draining more than your energy: coffee. If you're dropping $6 at Starbucks every weekday, congrats. You're unofficially sponsoring your barista's next vacation. At that rate, we're talking $1,500 a year. That's right, $1,500 for coffee. Now, I love a good latte as much as the next person, but here's the kicker. You can brew something pretty fantastic at home for just $200 to $300 a year. That's $1,200 back in your pocket or toward crushing your debt. Don't know how to make it? YouTube's got your back. I've linked a couple of beginner-friendly videos in the description to get you started. Your wallet and probably your barista will notice.
The barista knows my name. It's embarrassing.
You know what's wild? We used to leave the house to get food. Then 2020 hit, and suddenly every meal came with a delivery fee and a side of guilt. The average American now spends $166 per month on food delivery services. That's almost $2,000 a year to have someone drop tacos at your doorstep. But wait, it gets worse. When you factor in restaurants too, the average monthly spend jumps to around $328. That's a big bite out of the budget. Way more than most people realize, and a lot of money for food convenience. But here's the opportunity. Cut that restaurant spending to just $200 a month and lean into home-cooked meals. Boom. You could save over $2,000 a year. That's not just money, it's progress. And hey, I'm not saying give up pizza night forever. Just maybe skip the $38 sushi roll you didn't even remember ordering last Thursday.
I mean, you can't eat sushi every day of the week.
Remember when we only had 1 or 2 channels and commercials were the worst part of TV? Now we're juggling subscriptions like we're auditioning for a Netflix spinoff, The Binge Budgeters. In 2024, the average American is spending $131 a month. That's over $1,500 a year just on cable and streaming. That doesn't even include the internet. But what if you scaled it back? Keep one $30 service you actually use and cut the rest. That's $1,200 back in your bank account. Want to go full hardcore mode? Try free options like Tubi and Pluto. Yep, they exist and they're legal. You could save up to $1,500 a year just by watching fewer platforms, or at least watching the same stuff in fewer places. Let's be real. If 6 subscriptions mean endless scrolling and still landing on The Office, it's time for a change.
Bears beats Battlestar Galactica.
Let's talk Amazon, the place where you went to buy batteries and somehow ended up with a Himalayan salt lamp, 2 books you won't read, and a pasta maker. On average, Americans spend $92 a month on Amazon. That's over $1,100 a year. Sure, some of it's stuff you need, but a lot of it, yeah, it's the, ooh, that looks useful impulse at 11:47 p.m. Here's a wild stat. Folks without Prime spend $38 a month, while Prime members average $110 a month. Maybe that free shipping isn't saving you as much as you thought. Cutting your Amazon habit in half could put $500 to $600 back in your pocket. And skipping Prime for a year, that's another $139 saved. Might be time to ask, are you subscribed to convenience or just funding Jeff Bezos' next space mission? Ah, the siren call of the newest phone. Every year they promise better cameras, longer battery life, and slightly different wallpaper. But if your current phone still works and hasn't exploded, you probably don't need a new one just yet. Here's the math. That shiny iPhone 16 Pro Max, it's about $50 a month on a payment plan. But if you keep your phone for a 3rd year instead of upgrading, you save $600 that year alone. Even better, Buy refurbished or last year's model and pocket another $200 to $300 in savings. You wouldn't replace your fridge because there's a newer version with an extra ice cube shape, right? Same logic. Let your phone age gracefully. It deserves retirement, not replacement every 12 months. Grocery shopping used to be simple. Make a list, buy what's on the list, go home. Now, it's a battlefield of buy one, get one deals, organic temptations, and $8 oat milk. But if you're not shopping at stores like Aldi or Walmart, you might be overspending without realizing it. Aldi's no frills, bring your own bag style might not feel glamorous, but your wallet will feel pampered. I speak from experience. Our family shops at Aldi for the basics and fills in gaps elsewhere. That little switch saves us hundreds a year. Easy. According to Dave Ramsey's website, Aldi and Walmart routinely beat traditional grocery chains on price. Sure, you might not find your favorite artisan goat cheese, but you will find your financial freedom arriving faster. Estimated yearly savings, $500 to $1,000. That's not just budgeting, it's smart financial strategy in action. Let's have an honest moment. When was the last time you actually used that gym membership? We've all fallen for it. This will be the year I get in shape, followed by nothing. But guess what? The gym doesn't care. They're still charging you. On average, unused memberships and forgotten subscriptions can quietly drain them hundreds of dollars a year. I've heard of people realizing they've been paying for duplicate streaming services like 2 Netflix accounts under one roof. That's $15 a month, just doubling up. Go through your bank and credit card statements with a fine-tooth comb, or let a tool like Rocket Money do it for you. There's a link to Rocket Money in the description, and the free version's all you're going to need. Don't pay someone to cancel a subscription you can axe in 60 seconds. Even canceling one gym membership or app you forgot about could free up $300 to $500 a year. Moral of the story, stop financing the yoga studio you've ghosted for 11 months. There are dozens of other ways to save, but these 7, they're the heavy hitters. If you focused on just these areas, you could reclaim $6,000 to $7,000 a year. That's life-changing money, enough to erase a credit card, make a real dent in student loans, or finally stop living paycheck to paycheck. Because this isn't just about numbers, it's about control. It's about peace of mind. So what's your first move? Or do you have additional areas to suggest that could help others save money? Let us know in the comments so we can share tips with each other on ways to cut costs. As always, thanks for watching and hanging around till the end. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe so you know when I put out new content. Remember, I'm here to make content focused on your money and how to manage it best. See you in the next one.